Hello, Sophia here. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you're new. We're doing something different for Friday sketch cards. I'm going to do 3 sketches, and I'm just going to use all of my scraps. Now, I may use the odd piece of paper to fill the back part, but all the pieces that you see in these sketches are all going to be from scraps. And you can see I have 100,000 million Christmas scraps, especially these 2 by 6 inch strips, because you always cut that off when you have a 6 by 6 paper, right? So let's get making cards. Okay, so the first sketch we're doing is Freshly Made Sketches. It's number 688, and let's get started. Now, I made a card here, and I went exactly by the description here. So my first layer, my little nutcrackers, is 4 3/4 across and 2 inches down. The bottom part, this blue part you see right here, is 1 3/8 wide and 4 3/4 long. So it's the same length for both. This one is cut a little bit smaller. Then it has a little 2 3/4 inch rectangle by 1 7/8. So 2 3/4 by 1 7/8. And I basically put Merry Christmas on there, and I heat embossed it. I also put a mat behind all my pattern paper here, and it's just 1/8 of an inch bigger, okay? So it doesn't take up too much of the card. So that's what the basic one looks like. Okay, I'm going to change mine. This one I'm going to make for you just a little bit different. I'll just leave this here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, get these things out of the way. I did cut my papers, and I am going to back them with the gold paper as well. Now, somebody asked me on one of my videos what the gold strip was. It's just cardstock. It's just shimmer or metallic cardstock. And I use it a lot at Christmas time. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this piece down. Okay. Now this one. Do you guys have a lot of scraps? I have a lot of scraps. I didn't even make a dent in them by making all these cards. All right. This one looks a little okay. Now what we're going to do, I'm using a white mat, and I'm using a darker green. Well, this is the white panel, and this is the darker green mat that's going to go on the back. So we're going to put our first piece of paper up here. The second one is going to go down here. Okay, so let's glue those down. Okay. And this one. Okay, we're leaving a little bit of a gap in between both pieces of paper. Okay. Now I have a wishing you a wonderful Christmas, and I'm going to put that right down at the bottom. Now on this one, it's right in the center. I'm just going to put it right down at the bottom, and it's from the Paper Rose Crisp Christmas sentiments, and I did back this one on a gold mat as well. I'm addicted to gold. What can I say? Okay, so I'm putting that down close to the bottom. I just got to let a little bit of the red show. And now I have this little Santa that I want to put in the middle. Isn't he cute? I've been wanting to use him the whole time making Christmas cards, and I finally found the spot for him. Okay, we'll put him right here in the center. Doesn't he look so cute on there? I think I got him turned a little bit. There we go. All right, let's put it on our mat. I just love that Santa. It just makes me smile. I bought some of the vintage ephemera, that come with 6 by 6 paper packs. And this little guy was in there, and I thought, oh, he's just darling. All right, Now I'm not putting these on card bases. There, what do you think of that? Isn't that cute? Now I got to show you something else with these cards. It's a landscape card, but you can also make the vertical as our portrait style as well. So in this one, I just cut the Christmas paper. I embellished it, or sorry, matted it with the green. I used an embossing folder on my mat. See that? And the most wonderful time of the year is from one of those ephemera packs, and I just put a green mat behind it, and it's popped up on Pop Dots as well. And I made another one that's vertical or portrait. And again, I used two different papers. I matted it in gold, put it on a red card base, and a red card mat, sorry. I did put ribbon on it across the middle, and I put a bow with some gold on it as well. So those look really darling, don't they? All right, so let's move on. Freshly Made Sketches, $6.98. Okay, so we have 3 pieces here. And I had so much fun making these cards. It was just, I couldn't stop. That's why there's so many, I'm offering so many ideas for you. Okay, so the first piece, I'm just going to take this mat out of the way. There's 3 pieces to this set. Okay, so the first piece here is 1 5/8 square, and that's my plaid. And then this strip here is 1 5/8 by 2 7/8. And both of these are, or all 3 of these, I did use the gold metallic paper again. And this last one here is 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay. And I also have my little sentiment here, "'Tis the season to be jolly," and that's also on some gold cardstock as well. Okay, so let's glue these down. I'm not going to put this through the Cuttlebug. I like it flat the way it is. Let's just get this out. When you put your pieces down now, you want to make sure the top lines up and this side here lines up. All right, and then that way you know your rectangles right. Okay, so let's start with this square. Glue that down. It's hard to tell if I'm straight where I am. Looks straight. Okay, and now we'll do the second piece here. So great for scraps. Just pull out all your scraps. Oh my goodness, I had such fun getting to use some of those scraps. It's crazy how much you accumulate. Now this one here, they show, it comes over the one on the left a little bit, and we have the same space here. So watch here, it's going to have to be lined up the same way as well. Now I did put some cardstock on the back here because I'm sitting on some cardstock and some paper. So I just wanted to make sure that it laid flat. Okay, so line up my space here, and I'm going to line up on the right side. Okay. Now, if it's not perfect, don't worry. It's perfectly imperfect. It's beautiful. Okay, now this, "'Tis the season to be jolly." It will go down here. Now, it's not as long as this because it should line up with this side. I guess I could put it way over there, but I kind of like it showing a little bit of this underneath instead. So it's totally up to you where you want to put it. But I've already put some extra cardstock on here to take up this and this when I put it on. So it's going to have to go there. Okay, perfect. How many people are done their Christmas cards? Goodness, there's a lot of people that are watching that have already got all their cards made. It's like, okay, is that straight? It's hard to tell with all the glare from the gold. Okay, now I also have a little gold bow here that I am going to put on the card, and it's going to go right here. I thought that was a cute place to put it. All right. I have some glue on my bow, but I'm not worried because you just take a soft cloth and it'll wipe right off. Now, I have a mat here. Of course, my gold mat. It's got an oval cut out of it because I want to make sure I get all the use out of my gold cardstock. I put a little note on here for myself, only around the outside. I was talking about the glue because I've cut out the middle before, put glue on the whole card instead of just the outside. All right, I'll put this down, line it up. All right. Okay, what do you think of that card? Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, now don't worry, I got a couple more of those. Okay, so I made this one as well. Made my Merry Christmas a little bigger and I moved it up. I didn't put it at the bottom. I'm like it. This one kind of is just a little bit up, but I moved it up towards the top so that I could put a little bit of, you know me, put some gold bling in there. And this one I made as well. So this one now, what I did was I double matted it. So it's matted on, the panel is embossed. The panel was embossed on this one as well. And then I put a thin black mat and then a thin red mat on it. I also put my Christmas hugs more towards the center of this paper. And I did put some black ribbon around and a little bow. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the next set. We're using this sentiment here. Now, when I looked at this sketch, not sentiment, when I looked at this sketch, I thought, whoa, that looks pretty plain looking, right? Like, and I wasn't sure about it, but I thought, you know what? Challenge yourself. So, and you know what? They turned out to be the best cards. I know I'm babbling on. Just be quiet now and do the cards. Okay, so here's all my little pieces. What I did was I used a little die that was an oval scallop die. Okay, you see that? Little scallops around the edge. I matted, or sorry, I embossed my panel with the Swiss dots. And I'm just going to put these down. And they show on here 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 at the bottom. So I'm just going to lay them down. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5, like that. Okay, so let's just glue those down real quick. These are, you know, this would be great if you have a lot of little dies, because I mean, a lot of times you don't use dies this tiny. I know I don't. But if you don't have a lot of little dies, don't worry. I got you covered. Coming up. Now let's cut this one off. Okay, that's that. Now I have, this is a stamp and die set from Gina K. So I did the Christmas because they wanted a big sentiment, right? So I did that. And then I just got this little wishes from the Paper Rose Crisp Christmas sentiments. So let's glue this down. Okay. And then let's put our little wishes down. Right, and then we're going to put it on our card mat. Doesn't that look cute? Like, who would have thought to do that? Cool sketch. Okay, now I think I want to put a little bit of bling on here, so I'm just going to grab a couple of blings and just maybe a medium and a couple of small. Where is that going? All right, what do you think of that one? A little different, isn't it? Okay, before I show you the cards that I made, I am going to do make another one of these cards with you. because this is what I've done. If you don't have little dies to cut out little, Christmas decorations, you can use your stamps. And I know every stamp set has those little stamps. We never know what to do with them, right? Okay, so let's put this one aside. And this is the first one I made. Now it has blue paper with some white snowflakes on it. And it's like, what do you call it? Distressed, kind of like it's got some of this stuff on it and down here and whatnot. Those aren't marks by me. So what I did, I took three kinds of stamps, or three sets of stamps, and took the snowflakes out of them, and I stamped them in Versamark, and then I heat embossed them with my silver. Then I took the same Christmas stamp that I used here. This is a die cut, but this one I just stamped it with the Versamark, and then I did the silver um, embossing powder on it as well. It's so cute. And then I stamped a little Mary in here. So that one's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So the next one I did, I had these little tree stamps, and I'm not sure which set they're from, but I had no plans to use them, so I thought, let's try it on there. So my paper at the back, make sure you use a light paper. It's got a little bit of a design in it, but yeah, you don't want to use dark paper. You might have a hard time with that. I put some little bling cut out from my little punch here. And I did emboss the Merry Everything. Now this stamp set is from May Made It. It's probably a couple of years old now, but there's so many stamps in there. I did make a little boo-boo here. I'm not sure what happened there, but something to do with the embossing powder, but it's flat. It's not like I don't feel embossing powder on it, but it's fine. Okay, so that's the next one. And then I used one that had the paper, just like this one here. I just used a hexagon die, and I cut these out and just used Happy Holidays, and that's from scrapbook.com, Happy Holidays die set. Okay, and one more. Now this one here, look, isn't he the cutest little stamp you ever seen? Anyways, I just stamped him on, colored his hat from the same set as the Christmas stamp from Gina K. It had holiday in there, so I stamped that, and then I stamped wishes underneath. I added a little bit of glitter bling to it. It's matted on a thin black and matted on a thin red, all ready to go on a card base. So what I'm going to show you now is, because we've done the paper ones, let's do the stamped ones. So let's bring this in. And I'm using a stamp from a very old Stampin' Up set. Now, I'm not affiliated with Stampin' Up. I only bought a few of their stamp sets from a Facebook group. Actually, they were selling them. So they're all secondhand. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Distress Oxide inks. One is Festive Berries. The other one is Lucky Clover. Okay. And the stamp I'm using is this little stamp right here, a little ornament. So, and I'm going to use it on this paper. Now, this paper it's the We Wish You a Merry Christmas, I think the song is, but it has a little bit of red in it, but it's still light enough that I can probably use my stamp on it, okay? And I am using a block, so if I smear it, whatnot, I'm just going to keep going just so you get the idea, okay? All right, so let's start with our red. Make sure I get all set up here for you. Right. Okay, let's do the red first. So I'm just going to stamp it on here, make sure I get it all inked up. Okay, now I'm going to follow the pattern that's here. So we're going to do one red. That wasn't so bad. And then we're going to do the second red underneath it. Like this. Okay, I'm just going to wipe off the red. Well, I guess I could have done the other one. Okay, now I'm going to use the green. Go, and I'm going to put that one in between them. Okay. Now I'm going to use the, well, I should have used the red all along. Now I'm going to use another red. Down here. Okay, and I'm going to use another green. Just wipe my stamp off here. And another green that's going to go off the table here. Or off the table, off the panel. There we go. Okay. Now, let me just wipe this up, wipe this off, put these away. That worked out a lot better than I thought it might. But easy, isn't it? You can use your platform for this if you want. It's just that you have to keep moving your stamp all the time, but you can, if you use multiple stamps, that should work out for you. Great. Okay, so those are all inked up. Turned out pretty cute. And now I'm going to put this Christmas fun. This is from an ephemera pack as well, and it just worked out so great with the green, the white, and the red on there, and it's just a perfect size. Okay, isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of gems on here too. Maybe I'll use a big one too. Put 5 on there. Okay, let's put this on the card mat. Look how that just pops now, putting it on this green mat. Oh, I have to mention, I am behind in commenting on your comments. I thank you so much. There's so many comments that I have to catch up on now, and I will. Don't worry, because if you take the time to comment on my video, I will definitely comment back. Just I'm a little behind today. Okay, so look at that. That is so adorable. All right, so want to see these cards again? Oh, you know what? I have a bonus card for you. I had some scraps left over, so I just cut them all into 1.25 inch squares. I glued them all down on a white panel, and I put it through the Cuttlebug, so it's got the, you can see it here for sure. The Swiss dots. What else am I going to use? Like, I mean, seriously, I need to throw that away, so I use my other ones. And I cut this out with a die, and I put a little green. It's popped up as well, and I put a little green bow on the top. And I thought, what a great way to use up more scraps, right? Okay, so let's see the cards. So we have, I'll just take this out of the way. Okay, so we have this one, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards from that. Lots of ideas. I think this one and these two are my favorite. Okay. And then we have this one I just showed you. So what was that? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. And then we have the ones with the, where's my sketch? Okay, here's the sketch. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those cards as well. So that's 11 cards. And the last sketch is this one. And we have 12, 13, 14 cards. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making these cards. If you like any of the cards, please let me know in the comments which ones are your favorites. And like and subscribe. Subscribing is free, and I notice a lot of people have been subscribing lately, so that is awesome. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now. Oh, wait. You guys want pictures? I don't know. Okay. If you're leaving me right now, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you're staying for pictures, here they are. I don't know if I'm going to get them. I'm going to bring my phone up. There we go. All right. So there's the 3, and there's the sketch with it. I'll move this out of the way. Okay, so you can get those ones. Okay. Okay. And then we'll put the last one up. And don't forget our little quilt card. All right, there you go. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.